Hi everyone, we're Shivan Narresh, and today we're going to talk about something we've been asked a lot many times. Being a resort and swim heavy brand, are we going to expand our repertoire? Looking at the current situation where travel is going to be a huge restriction for a time to come, what is the future?
I think the first thing to learn is from our history. Whenever you look back in history of fashion, you'll always see that two times when the world was given a similar condition back in 20s and then in 60s, both these times the world came out of the lockdown in a huge celebratory manner, whether it was the roaring 20s or the flower power of 60s. So we really predict that once this lockdown is lifted, we will come out with what we would like to call the wilding 20s. The sentiment of coming out and celebrating in a huge way is something that we see will characterize the entire decade of this 20s decade of 2020. That being the central sentiment of fashion, I feel resortwear is going to play a huge role in taking this wilding 20s into everyday fashion of people's lives. So whether you're celebrating the weekend being at home by your pool, you will celebrate it in style. Whether you want to sit in a tub for the full day on a Sunday, you will celebrate it in style. Whether there's a wedding in the family, the weddings will go smaller, much curated, more boutique, but the celebration will be a lot wilder than before. So this sense of willingness in this wilding 20s is going to be a pure sentiment for this decade.
It's about connecting to the nature sustainably, and that's where resortwear plays in a big way. I mean, for us, a beautiful Malmal shirt was a staple in our wardrobe all our lives. And for the West, that's what they call it, resortwear. It's our time and the need of the time to tell us, educate a client that what is actually resortwear. It's that beautiful Malmal shirt waiting in your closet and to be worn it on an everyday basis.
And resort essentially comes from resort climate and not resort as in a property where you go and spend your day. So this sense of having resort wear in India is the most logical fashion category that is to be adopted as a ready-to-wear category in our country. And because we're the leaders of resort and swimwear in the country, if anything, now is the time when we need to now paint a dream of how people should be celebrating every day of their life once this lockdown gets lifted. So here's what we feel, and I feel that if anything, brands and modern Indian brands that come out and are started after these 20s will play a huge role in defining what the modern Indian aesthetic stands for.
See you post 2020, the wilding 20s.